no flowers, nothing is doing this. Nothing. When we come along, we African people, how can I get along? No.
Girl, I'm built different. Ain't shit about me average. Lazy motherfucker, I suffocate if I'm staggering. Confident, I will never take your bitch for I don't want her. She don't cook, clean, or pray for you. I'm sorry, that ain't no woman, and I'm tired of it. No tolerance for childish shit. That man talkative. Need a big ass whooping, then they spotted it. I'm confident.
Listen, y'all, a lot of people need to hear this. I be seeing people arguing and debating in the comment section, and people talking about you're not a chosen one. You drink alcohol. You're not a chosen one. You said a cuss word. You're not a chosen one. You used to be addicted to drugs. You're not a chosen one to walk like this. They don't act like this. They don't talk like this. Listen to me loud and clear. It is through the trials and tribulations. It is through you overcoming the worst parts of yourself. It is through the addictions. It is through you hitting rock bottom because the testimony is in the journey. There is no testimony in perfection. The idea that chosen ones are just born perfect and they don't have struggles in their life, baby, you lost. This ain't the page for you. Chosen ones are meant to go through the fire because it's literally God giving you the torch to light the way to show other people. This video might really strike a nerve, and I might even lose some followers, but that's okay because everybody ain't chosen. So let's get into it. Chosen ones are not religious. They may have been born into religion, but they outgrow man-made doctrine. They learn to separate God from church, religion, and man-made rules. Religion alludes to the fact that God is a separate entity from you. Chosen ones know better. They know God is within, so they live from inside out, not external. Out.
Wonder if antioxidants can truly support healthy brain aging.
Kill the women, kill the children.
I'm gonna put on my dancing shoes. Yeah, I'ma hit the door and go out. One thing's for sure. I'm gonna.
You listen to these white people talk about black fatigue.
Wouldn't it be
Every time I think it's over, they just reach a new low. Just watch.
For real, how do 4 equal 8 but 5 equal 10 though? I've been asking this since I was a little girl, and it get me mad every time I ask this. Like, how do it equivalent?
I checked her page. Thank God she doesn't have kids yet. Every time I think it's over.
I tried Boosie Rough Snacks, and this what happened.
Pussy lips on live, I give you $1,000.
I tried
Ow, kinkles.
Careful you don't lock your tail up like I did. It is.
Floor. There's got locked toe.
It's the shoe. But sit down.
No,
Number 2. Yeah.
what the is that on this room?
Ow! Ow! We're getting locked toe. Help us.
What the hell? But yeah, what the is happening with this stuff? Like, you dragon.
For two more weird. One is like this, one is like this, like you see the ego level, they're like
Darcy's coming. Why are we getting lacto? Is this a thing when you turn 50? Ow, kinkles. Careful you don't lock your tail up like I did.
Yeah, so what do a nigga like me do who hate gang numbers?
You go to the horses.
Listen,
Yo, Peter's good, bro.
it's my dream to put a nigga in jail. Some niggas wake up and
fucking worried about how I'm hurt. You should be worried about putting some goddamn shoes on your feet, not eating those big ass fucking king size goddamn Reese's. You got on the Powerhouse gym shirt, but it don't look like you're doing nothing that got to do with goddamn Powerhouse. And you fucking coming over here knocking them over. Look at how fucking small in the back of your head, fat ass neck. Fucking work.
Relationships, we just kind of grow apart. I don't really like to argue. I don't like to say too much. It's kind of.
Okay. Grow apart.
Yeah.
You know, how did you guys grow apart? It's always interesting when girls say this. Let me guess, who's bomb?
I just washed my head this morning, man. My shit's so fresh right now.
Translate it. Your career aspirations didn't match up to his. You guys have on a different life path.
Judah, they call us African American now. And Deuteronomy 28 fits us.
but went viral when a man walking near a pond and noticed a monkey sitting with its back to him. Unable to resist his intrusive thoughts, he pushed the monkey to the pond, but the monkey's reflexes were lightning fast that it managed to recover just in time. Panicking, the man sprinted toward a nearby building, losing his slipper in the rush as the monkey quickly chased after him. The monkey hesitated at the doorway, but its buddy joined in and charged at the man, leaving the man with a few scratches and a whole lot of embarrassment.
Can we watch TV?
It's probably the easiest.
Samsung, ramai cerita yang turun dari Hong Kong, dari Malaysia. Kita punya cerita, dia pun kata, you
Bro, you don't even. That shit clean as hell, boy. God damn. No, nah. Good boy. Boy, that shit super clean. Oh shit, they say. Hey man, that's what you gotta do when you start going bald. I ain't going bald yet. If my shit start thinning, then I'll chop it off. Make sure I got all my memes and shit in.
Okay, just get in the zip code. No, I can't. You gotta get in, honey, get out. You gotta get in, honey, get out. Don't fucking touch it. Come on, brave girl. Come on, brave girl. You're not ready. You're ready? You're ready? What's wrong? Don't you ever wonder why you're the way you are? Huh? Don't you ever wonder why you're the way you are? Don't you want to get that? You want to live your whole life like this? This is like a melody? Yeah. I don't know. Seems strange to me. Yeah. You got all that video. I've got all my video. Got all that first time. That order right over there. Coming through like that. All. You on the other side. All the video in the world.
Some niggas is crazy. Alright, one last thing to check. Let me see what else good in here. Gotta make sure I get all my memes.
Well, you got this much on your shit?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I got the same tip you got, man. You cool, it's gonna come on. I'm keeping mine, so I'm cool. Like, you gonna keep it for like a week.
No, fuck up. This video, man, you want 30.
No, man. You gotta keep it. You say you going in with me, you gotta go in. But they may throw the tip on. They go in the tip on him. He got the Three Stooges tip. He opened the Three Stooges. Look at it. He got the Three Stooges tip. Yo, he got the joke. Woo!
That's crazy. They think won't be the Manny Mo with Jack.
Yo, he got the Manny Mo with Jizzy. The Jizzy, look. You want that? Yo, you like a real Three Stooges. Hallelujah. Yes, man. You in there. Yo, you should leave a little joint right here on the mic tip. That's on you. Like on the front tip. To get wet and look.
That's hilarious.
Take down like this, cuz. Cuz you got to join.
The number one online casino in PA.
All right, that's all the memes and inboxes shit people that sent me. OB's a good word. Yo. I was playing the game last night, yo. I turned that shit off abruptly because yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, my carbon monoxide detector started going off, but it was doing like an irregular beep. So the first thing I thought was, oh, okay, I just need to change the battery in it. So I changed the battery in it day before yesterday, and then last night, that shit started going off again. As soon as I heard that shit beep, I was like, oh hell no, let me get the hell up out of here. Hello, 911. Hello, 911. What's your emergency? Yo, my carbon monoxide detector is going off. So they sent the fucking fire department out here last night. But they checked it and they said the unit itself is just bad. Like it was an old unit. There's like, nah, you just need a new detector. Yeah, I had to call the goddamn fire department out last night. And on the back of the detector, it says, you know, if it's so many beeps, and then if it's one beep, your battery's dying. If it's this many beeps, something. But the print was so fucking small, I ain't think to read that shit. And then once the fire guy read that shit, I was like, I could have just read that shit myself, bro. I was like, my bad for making y'all come out for no reason. He was like, nah, this is why you pay fucking taxes, bro. This is you're obligated to this service. So yeah, better safe. But nah, as soon as I heard that shit start beeping again, I was like, I'm the fuck out of here. I went outside so fast. No sir. Not by the have me in here passed out. All kinds of dumb shit. I'm good. I'm good on that. Not gonna have me all passed out. Carbon monoxide poisoning. I ain't the one. I am not the one. Always reach the fire. Bruh, that shit was so damn teeny on that shit. I was like, yeah, my bad, guys. A whole fire truck and 3 firefighters. Woo, that coffee hot. Woo. But I did get compliments on the art. And the one guy was like, he looked around, he was like, you paint all this stuff? I was like, yeah. Man, this shit is fucking awesome. I appreciate it, bro. Cause she's burning a candle. It's a real candle too. Calm the fuck down, people. Calm the fuck down. She lit a fire. That's how you describe a candle? As a lit fire? I mean, it is, but be for real, people. How come I can't export this? Check this out. I like how iPhone does this sometimes, but so one of my best friends, Brandon. We look so gay. That's Brandon and Brandon right there. How come I can't share this? How come it won't let me share this thing? That shit just randomly made me a fucking photo movie.
Again, it is free to join my community. The stocks I share are also free. The techniques and strategies I teach are also free. So please don't ask me for a fee and don't say it's a scam. I only need popularity and word of mouth, not the so-called membership.
This is all going in the trash. I do not support Trump anymore. He's a liar. He's a part of the deep state. I do not support Israel. I will not be supporting him anymore. He's part of the deep state. He's committing genocide as we speak in Israel. And we all need to start waking up.
I want to talk about in MAGA in a couple of different sort of coordinating ways, because there is a lot going on right now. I think that we're the chiefs and the armor are massive chasms at this point. I'm not sure if MAGA is salvageable, at least comparable to what it was. I think that it is maybe past the point of no return. I think Trump is real. I don't know if he could have handled the Epstein stuff worse. Genuinely, what happened? Okay, I don't know what happened, but it's kind of wild to watch it play out in real time, because this is somebody who, and people have been making the comment, oh, he ran on exposing the Epstein stuff, and not technically. He definitely talked about it. At least I couldn't find it. If anybody has a clip of him saying very definitively, we're going to do this. I know J.D. Vance made multiple comments, which we're going to talk about here in just a minute. But I was trying to find any one instance where Trump was super solid on that position, and he waffled on it a little bit, or he would like equivocate or, you know, kind of make very vague statements. But again, I may have missed it if there's like a definitive statement to come out there. But he definitely did use that as a talking point. He definitely called out the entire situation, trying to make it, and he's doing that again, trying to make it a Democratic Party issue. But it's just crazy to me to watch, because that is something I think nobody would deny, that his base is incredibly focused on. Their attention to this, and as it should be, it's a child sex trafficking ring that implicates people in very high levels of power and influence, which is still crazy that that's a sentence that we can say out loud and nobody's doing anything about it. But it is, we should all care about it, and that's why I think it's been so damaging that the guy came out and called his own supporters stupid for caring about child sex trafficking. That's wild behavior. I don't know. Did he think that was going to go over well? Because I don't think it went over well.
Yeah, I mean, for me too, it's just like, this is like my really first big disappointment with this guy. Like everything else, yo, I can, whatever. This is like, but it's not even with him. Once again, I voted for the team. A lot of people voted for Trump. I voted for J.D. Vance, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK, Vivek Ramaswamy. I voted for the team. I really thought the team would do something. And at this point, like, I think RFK is the only person who's ever in my lifetime has gotten the FDA to take a step back on some of the poisons and preservatives and food dyes that's in our food stocks. Like, that is an amazing thing. He's saying the loud part, he's saying the quiet part out loud, and like letting everybody know, like, no, you're poisoning us, and we know that you're poisoning us, and you need to stop. And so I thought this would be a good team, honestly. I fucking hate DEI. I'm so happy that shit is done. I hate the fucking LGBTQ stuff in the schools, especially in elementary schools. I'm so happy that shit is fucking done. I'm happy like this immigration thing is a big topic again. Once again, I'm a homeowner and I pay hella fucking property taxes. So I'm fucking ecstatic about that shit. Roe v. Wade, whatever the fuck. Education, trying to dismantle the Board of Education. I think that's awesome as fuck. I really do. We are one of the dumbest nations in the world. We have to import our brightest, talented people are not from here. They're Indian and Chinese. My home state of South Carolina is always in the bottom rankings as far as education goes. And it seems like the top 5 states kind of stay the top 5 states. And the bottom 5 states, they kind of stay down there. And so it's like, how in fucking 35 years is the education system slipping worse when it's federally funded? We need to do something different about our education because we're losing on the global scale. So I definitely appreciate that shit. I like most of the shit that's been going on with this administration. Once again, getting the poisons and preservatives out of our food, which is obvious. Talking about vaccine mandates, and we're not going to keep mandating all these vaccines for infants and kids just to go to school. So there's for me, there's tons of good shit that has come out of this administration. And I know the deep state, I know the military industrial complex, I know the fucking Council on Foreign Relations and Trilateral Commission and Bilderberg Group and Bohemian Grove and the Club of Rome, and I know all this shit. And that shit is really, the deep state is deep as fuck. It's way deeper than any of us can imagine. And I don't think a single player can break through the fucking deep state. I think it's too massive, and it's been going on for too long. For the last 150 years, they've been constructing this secret government that really runs shit. And I don't think anyone will ever be able to break through this shit. And with him not being able to expose those certain things, it just lets me know, like, no matter who you are, the fucking deep state will get to you. And they will maneuver or say something or threaten somebody in a way where they will get what they want out of you. If you're a president or prime minister or whatever the fuck, like, you're gonna fucking lay down and get down with the program, or else we'll fucking just JFK your ass live on TV. And good morning, Wendy. Well, afternoon. But I still think this administration is infinitely better than the Harris-Walz administration would have been, period. Once again, the Harris-Walz administration, nobody would have said anything to the FDA about the poison food. That DEI shit would have been 10 times more advanced, with flooding money into programs that go nowhere. The transgender movement would have still been, I mean, it's still there, but, you know, would have been in the schools with queer stories for kids at the library. Like, what the fuck? Why do you have people in drag reading stories to fucking kindergartners? That's scary and retarded. And we're not doing shit like that anymore. But with the other administration, knowing that Harris' stepson is fucking transgender, they would have been pushing that shit still just as fucking hard right now. And then as soon as it flips over, if the Democrats get it back, they're just going to go right back to their same tactics of demasculating America, confusing children with gender identity and gender fluidity and all this other dumbass fucking shit. That shit comes from the left. Now, they are all a part of the same system, but they maneuver in ways so that they seem different. In the left, that's one of their talking points, that, like, we're not like the ultra conservative right, because on the left we believe in bodily autonomy and gender identity. Like, I can never get with that. So either way, kids will be confused. It doesn't have to be that way. America first, bro. It doesn't have to be that way. You know? It don't have to be that way. I think once again, this has been a push since the Obama administration. When I was in school, in elementary, middle, and high school, there were no flags like that in our classrooms. There wasn't, you know, they didn't hijack the fucking rainbow. Just the arch of beautiful colors. You know, that was a rainbow was a rainbow. Now it's like that really symbolizes, like, they completely hijacked the fucking rainbow. They got 40 fucking different flags to represent bestiality or whatever scenario, Furbies and all this other shit, and they put that shit in the fucking school. Like, we're living in the fucking Twilight Zone. And it's been since the Obama administration when that shit really got a real hard push. And people think it's just been, it's okay, it's fine. If you let a kindergartner get read to by a guy in a fucking dress talking about sexual issues, like, no, that's not cool. But that was a part of the program from the left. And so I just think this administration is vastly a better choice at this period in time. to kind of slow up some of that shit and let the pendulum swing back the other way a little bit? Can we get back to more normality? Like just having your pronouns attached in your email. I find that really weird and fucking disturbing. I find it weird and disturbing that people do that shit now. The email says, Sarah, whatever, she, her. Bitch, of course you're a she, her. Your name is fucking Sarah. Thomas, he, him. Okay, Tom, you don't have to tell me that you're a fucking dude. Like it's a brain virus that is in the last 10, 15 years has taken over the weaker of minds. This shit is only for people with weak minds to fall into this gender identity, sexual fluidity, child grooming, education defuncting type program. This is for very weak people. And in the last few years, you start seeing like these queer and transgender people in the military. Officer such and such is in a fucking skirt now. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. And then if you criticize these people, you're a phobic. You're a phobic. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I know what a fucking man is. I know what a fucking woman is. I know the difference between a man and a woman. And to get that shit to slow down a little bit or to push it to the back a little bit, I'm so grateful for that. I'm immensely grateful for that. And once again, I have one of my cousins is transgender. I have several gay people in my family. I love them to death. Love them to death. But you're not about to push that shit on no kids, period. You guys are grown ass fucking adults. You can make your own decisions. That's fine. And I'm still love you and I'm gonna respect you for your decision. Don't put that shit in the fucking schools. We don't need that shit in our schools. And whoever thought it was a good idea to start putting transgender flags and safe spaces and rainbows that means it's cool to be gay in all the fucking classrooms, like, you're some sick motherfuckers. You're really sick and demented. And some of these teachers have outright openly stated that, yes, I purposely tried to convince your kids that this is how to be, that you have to be a part of this movement. And that's right from some of their own mouths, yo. And it's fucking sickening. Yeah, you can't show goddamn tobacco advertisements and all this shit to kids, but you can tell them it's okay to be gay. It's okay to if you're a boy, it's okay to suck a dick if you want to. This motherfucker is in 3rd grade. Why does he even need to worry about that shit right now? In 3rd grade, nobody don't need to worry about their goddamn sexuality. And if they are worried about it, that shit comes from home. At home, from the parents should be the ones having these discussions with kids. Not a fucking teacher in the classroom. So, and once again, is this administration perfect? No, not by any means. Is Trump a fucking provocative personality type that gives some people the courage and gumption to act a certain way? Yeah, I can always see that shit. I see that. But would I prefer this over a Camilla presidency? Hell fucking yeah. Because once again, bitch, you try to placate, code switch, and pander to the African American, saying you're African American, and you're not. You're trying to do a racial, play this goddamn racial politics with black people to get the vote. Bitch, you're not black. You just have color to your skin. And whatever ethnicity you are, that's fine. Be that. Be Indian and Jamaican or whatever the fuck you are. Be that. But don't say that you're African American when you're fucking not. Don't do that. You were a fucking whore bag throughout most of your fucking life. You're just a whore bag who sucked dick and fucked your way into certain positions. You're not a mother. You've never mothered children before in your life, and you want the black vote so bad, and always shucking and jiving to the black people, and you marry some white Jewish guy. Bitch, I can't trust you as far as I can throw your ass. I can't trust you as far as I can throw you. You call Biden a racist to his face, and then you serve under him for 4 years. Like, bitch, that bitch is just weird. And she'll say anything. That's one of those opportunist motherfuckers who will say anything to get in the position she wants to get in. And if she was in the White House, she'll be a way bigger pushover than fucking Trump. A way bigger pushover. Whatever the Israel Zionist state wants, that bitch would have folded for it immediately. Whatever any other lobbyists want, as long as some fucking, once again, some DEI gay shit and women's bodily autonomy and the right to abortions and blah, 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 blah. Bitch, nobody give a fuck about none of that shit, bitch. Nobody give a fuck about none of that shit. Her whole campaign was the wackest shit ever. And I'm so happy that bitch ain't win, yo. Damn, I'm so happy that bitch ain't win. I think it would have been way fucking worse, yo. I think it would have been way worse if they would have got the office. Now, do Trump act like a dumbass and say some dumb shit? Absolutely. Absolutely. Do people idolize this man way too much? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I like him because I think he's more honest than a career politician. He's more honest than a career politician. He's a schemy ass liar because he's a businessman, and in order to get like the biggest bang for your buck, you got to maneuver in certain ways when it comes to business. You know, you got to find all the loopholes and exploit that. He even says, yes, I exploit the loopholes because you put them in place. You with Congress and everybody else, because y'all motherfuckers are inside trading, and you're letting all your lobbyist groups have all these extras because of the loopholes that are in place. And if you do it this way, where you won't have to pay taxes that way, and you can get a bigger return on your investment if you do it this way, and there's all these loopholes that everybody in a certain bracket, they use that to their advantage. And he's like, yeah, I do it too. If you don't want me to do it, cut off all the loopholes and don't let nobody do it. Because if y'all motherfuckers gonna play the game like that, I'm gonna play the game the same way. Y'all ain't about to have all the extra head starts and all the niceties, and I'm just sitting here trying to do shit by the wire and by the word, do everything by the book, and y'all can take advantage of all the loopholes. It's like, that's dumb. Why won't I do the same thing that all y'all motherfuckers doing? That's good business, you know. So, and he's never tried to pander or placate or fucking pretend to be something he's not. And so I have to respect the man for that. He doesn't pretend to be someone or something that he isn't. Unlike Harris, who this bitch would just say whatever. Kind of like Hillary Clinton. That bitch would just say whatever. These motherfuckers just say whatever they feel is gonna get them that vote. Extra $1 billion, don't worry. That was honest stocks trading and a few bonds. No, bitch. Y'all niggas don't get in here and make all this fucking money honestly, man. Your salary is $198,000 a year, but somehow you got $36 million in the bank. $36 million, bitch. How? Oh, I just made some really smart investments. Shut the fuck up. Y'all bitches is lying. Y'all bitches is lying. Insider trading. But y'all gonna lock Martha Stewart up for that shit. Yeah, this point right here is a major turning point for a lot of MAGA. Like, and I don't call myself MAGA. I'm not MAGA. I did vote for this administration, but I'm not like, ooh, I do like the sentiment. Make America great again. I want the country I live in to be a great country. Period. Everybody should want where they live to be a great place. Right now, America is not such a great fucking place. We need to do something about it. And so I can see like the people who wholeheartedly like just fucking worship this motherfucker, even this. And I think it's a good thing for the MAGA movement. Wake the fuck up, people. The deep state still controls everything. The deep state is still the almighty Wizard of Oz. And you'll never see behind the fucking curtain. You'll never really see who's pulling these fucking strings. You know? Welcome to Oz, people. We all live in the land of Oz. And even, you know, if you get a really decent person in there who's trying to do something for the American people, if it goes against the establishment, it's going to get shut down. Period. No matter what we do. That's why, once again, we still have not had the JFK files come out yet. It would implement or implicate so many people in government that it's like the total trust for our system would be decimated. Nobody would trust this system. If we knew what really happened to JFK and who set that shit up, and this is 60 years ago now or some dumb shit, nobody would ever trust the government. If we really knew why Malcolm X and Dr. King were assassinated and who did it and who funded that shit, we would never trust anyone in government. We would never trust any of our intelligence agencies. If we knew Epstein's biggest and repeat clients, friends or buddies or associates, if we really knew who these people were, there would be no coming back. There would be no coming back from that shit. Which one of the founding fathers said we need a revolution every 200 years? Because that's about how long it takes for shit to get corrupt. Just a couple of centuries. And we're almost 50 years overdue. We're like 50 years overdue for a real hard revolution. Like the people against the establishment, the oligarchs have settled in. They've taken over. They have total control. They have total control through the Rothschild Jewish banking system. These people have gained total control. And they know that even, once again, even the hardest, hardcore MAGA people are looking like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute, bitch. You see now. Now you see. I like it. This shit is waking more people up. Wake them up, motherfucker. Wake up. Wake up, people. Wake up. And it's hurting a lot of people. Like when they pulled Neo out of the pods and got him onto the ship, and they got the machines fixing his muscles. Like, what's going on? He's like, well, you have atrophy. You've never used your muscles in real life. And he's like, well, why do my eyes hurt? Because you've never used your eyes. You've never used them. Now you can see for the first time, and like it hurts a little bit, since this is the first time you're actually using your vision. And so I think this is a painful moment for a lot of people because they can see for the first time. Some people are kind of aware and you know they have an understanding but not a belief in. Oh well, people say, you know, the deep state is this, and Halliburton and Raytheon and Lockheed Martin and BlackRock and and they have an understanding of it, but now you see. Now you see. You see now. We not see now because you see now, right? Okay. Okay. Now as long as you can see, and their eyes hurt, and they trying to like get a better vision. Yeah, you're not crazy. You just see what the fucking truth is. No matter who is in there, the agenda will go. The agenda must continue. And if you go against the agenda, once again, we can watch this recruiter film all you want. Back and to the left. Back and to the left. A magic bullet. You want to watch this tape a couple times? Let's watch that recruiter film one more time. Back and to the left. And then I'm going to kill the motherfucker who killed you. Then I'm going to kill the motherfucker who killed the motherfucker who killed you. And then we'll redact everything else and put all the documents in a fucking disk drive somewhere, never to be seen again. I'm telling you, man. So, yeah, like when you said that, you can't believe it like took this, like this is the sand, this is the line in the sand. But I think this right here, I think this is a big eye opener for a lot of people. Like a lot of the other stuff is just like, I don't know. A lot of the other stuff seems easier to digest. Everything else seems easier to wrap your head around because most of the stuff he's gone on, he hasn't doubled back on that shit, yo. Most of the stuff he says, he kind of keeps his word on a lot of shit. And he doesn't have to double back on a lot of shit he said. When he was talking shit about the coronavirus and calling it the China, it comes from China. I really thought that shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie, yo. China. Like, motherfuckers ain't had to double back on none of that shit. He said he tried to build a wall. He really tried to build a wall. That shit just kept getting pushed back by the fucking Dems, and they don't want to fund this shit. And then now, even when Kamala was running shit, like, we're gonna build a wall. Like, bitch, what is y'all saying? What is y'all doing? Like, you know, but now this motherfucker had to double back. And I think this is the situation that got everybody questioning, like, you just over-talked yourself. A little while ago, you just said JFK, 9/11, Epstein. I'm gonna let everybody know everything. You said, and now you're saying, why y'all still talk about Epstein? Bitch, because you said you was gonna give us the shit. That's why we still talking about this shit, right? You said you was gonna give us the shit. And you went back. And now you asking us why we think it's important? Nigga. Like I say, this shit right here got some of the hardest hardcore MAGA people. Like, they over there scratching their head like, what the fuck? they over there scratching their head like, what the fuck is going on? This is the deep state at work, people. If you've never seen it before, if you don't know how powerful it is, this is it. And see, I already knew that this shit was a super construction, a super complex. But now, and I guess I've been aware of it a little bit because David Icke and Jordan Maxwell are the first two people I listened to in the fucking like late 90s, early 2000s. I've been on this shit for 25 years, yo, who was really like saying shit about how the government works. And Jordan Maxwell, this nigga been talking about the Jews. And then Alex Jones was the third guy. So I didn't find David Icke. Somebody introduced me to David Icke's work. It's like, yo, you got to read this shit. And David Icke's book, that shit blew me the fuck away. I'm like, what the fuck? And then my buddy, I found Jordan Maxwell, and then one of my buddies introduced me to Alex Jones. So for 25 years, I've had a pretty decent understanding of like the shadow government. But now my last revelation is Jews are the shadow government, and I hate to keep saying entertainment purposes only. I hate to say it like that, man, but yo, it seemed like it's fucking the Vatican, the fucking the city of London, Israel, and the District of Columbia. The District of Columbia, the city of London is not London. It's too complete. The city of London is not London. It's a small section, and it's called the City of London. That's like their DC almost. The Zionist Israel state and fucking the Vatican, yo. I think that's the players. And now, who out of that group has the most authority? Because even Christians say they must support Israel because the Jews are God's chosen people, and they were like, bro, you're a Christian. If you really believe that, then why aren't you Jewish? Why don't you convert to Judaism and be a Jew? So I think the religious groups, the fucking Vatican, and this Jewish holy war are really like the two biggest players in that shit. And then fucking the financial districts of London and DC, they just use that shit to fund their holy wars. Fake Jews. He's saying about the smoke. Alex Jones show. I got this shit on DVD, nigga. Endgame. That's an Alex Jones documentary. Police State 2. Takeover. Goddamn. Fall of the Republic. America. Destroyed by Design. More Alex Jones. I got hard copies, bro. 9/11 Mysteries. Fabled Enemies. "9/11, The Road to Tyranny." Terror Storm. Reflections and Warnings. That's another 9/11. The Masters of Terror. Terrorism. The Obama Deception. Money Masters. I've been on this shit for so long, man. And this just in this stack of DVDs, there's hundreds of hours. David Icke, Our Time to Shine. Police State 3, Total Enslavement. Flu Vaccines. Hidden Dangers in Kids' Meals. Police State 2000. Which is 25 years old. Flu Vaccines. Dix 2. Vaccine Dangers. Chemtrails. Y'all don't even know who Alan Watt is. Not Alan Watts with an S, the philosopher guy. This is Alan Watt. He's a Canadian guy. His his radio show was called Cutting Through the Matrix. Oath Keepers. This is for your police and military personnel. You motherfuckers need to keep your oath to serve and protect the Constitution. And more. Alex Jones. Like I say, I was on Alex Jones heavy. I've been doing research for a long time, reading these people's works, watching their documentaries, their interviews and debates, and yeah, so I think I have a pretty decent understanding of how the system kind of works. And you know, the president don't really run shit. They just don't. I think once again, I still think that Trump is an anomaly because he's not a career politician. And I think that the second time he's taken office, it was really the first time in my lifetime the will of the people actually worked. Later on in his campaign, his slogan was, "We have to make this too big to rig. Let's make it too big to rig. The numbers have to be in such high numbers that they can't fake it and they can't steal the election. It has to be too big to rig." And when you think about, now this is the one thing I think about him and why he's an anomaly. Once again, in my lifetime, every president has served 2 terms. I think Nixon was the last president who didn't do 2 terms. He resigned because of the Watergate scandal. So my first president, I think I was born during his last year in office, was Reagan. It was Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump. Right? Everybody did 2 terms. I think Trump came in as such an outsider and not groomed enough that he would be easily controlled. And even in his first term, like a lot of the Republican Party was going against him. Even his VP started talking shit about him and like, I can't support this dude. Why? Because he's trying to actually do shit and get shit done. And then he ran again and he lost. So this is the anomaly. You're David Icke lost him with the lizard people. I always thought he man right at a point, but I'll discredit his older work. Well, yeah, David Icke is kind of weird, but you know, lizard people and all of that, the hollow moon theory and stuff, that's one topic and one subject. But when he talks about how the government is set up, he's mostly spot on that shit all the time. Anyway, so Trump was this is the anomaly that I see about Trump. He was popular enough to be elected the first time, and then something happened, and then he wasn't popular enough to win the second time, and then something happens and he's popular enough to win the third time. So what happened to his popularity during the Biden-Harris administration? Where did his support base go? And then how is he able to secure a win the third time he ran? So if you were popular, you were unpopular, and then you're popular again. How is that possible? Even when all of the media made him out to be the worst person in the fucking world. He said, grab her by the pussy. And they tried to lock him up. 34, 36 felonies. Give him a mugshot. And somehow this motherfucker was still popular enough to get the vote again. So what happened in the middle? That's the anomalous part right there. What happened to his popularity when he could have did 2 terms in a row? What happened there? And then the third time, they tried to do everything, took him off the ballot in some states, and tried to do everything they could to not allow him to even run for the presidency again. And somehow he still got it. Somehow he was still able to garnish enough support and votes. So where was that? Where was all of that during Biden's administration? Where did that support base go? Or did that support base never go anywhere and they simply took the vote and stole the election and said, no, he didn't win? How is it going to help you or me? Because if we can actually get somebody in the White House to stop giving Israel fucking $3.6 or $4.8 billion every year and supporting every fucking war they want to be in, that's more money for us. That's less potholes in your community. That's more libraries in your community. That's more state funding for education and grants and scholarships in your community. So that's why it affects us greatly. And we just can't seem to get somebody in there who will fucking stop this shit. A lot of people thought this was the guy. But once again, as we see now, the deep state is so big, it don't matter. They don't care who you are. They're going to threaten you with a JFK. They already shot him in the ear. And it's like, you know? Yeah, because they keep giving money to Pentagon and keep giving money to fucking Israel. Even Gavin Newsom is trying to make Texas take Texas tax dollars and give it straight to Israel, even though the federal government gives them money. Other states actually give Israel money right from the state coffers in the tune of like several $1 million, they were saying. I'm like, why does Texas and Texas taxpayers have to give Israel $2 billion or $200 million a fucking year? That's how it directly affects us. The less money we can spend on other fucking countries, the more money we can spend on ourselves. No disrespect. What is your reading level? I don't fucking know, nigga. I'm a high school dropout. But I've read books that fucking most people can't fucking read. My reading level, smarter than most. When I took my GED test, they told me I scored the highest in a 5-year period. When I took my GED test, they told me I scored the highest in the state of South Carolina in a 5-year period. Yo, nobody has scored this high in the past 5 years. Why aren't you in school? That was they pulled me to the side, and there was 2 white dudes and a lady who administered the test. I don't even know who these other guys were. It looked like some recruiters or whatever. But they said they just really was confused. They were super fucking confused. He was like, bro, you basically aced this shit. He was like, why aren't you in school? Because I don't like school. I don't like school. You know you scored the highest in the last 5 years. So my reading proficiency is pretty high. I would imagine it's college level or better, but I've never been assessed for my reading level. Once again, I went to my high school was basically college. My high school was basically college. We had no regular classes. Everything in our high school was advanced and applied. Everything was AP and advanced. Period. There was no regular high school courses at my high school. My high school was basically college. '97. The name of this school? Where's the name? Where's our name at? Oh my God! I don't got the name of this shit. Anyway, the name of our school is Mayo High School for Math, Science, and Technology. I went to a STEM school before STEM schools were a fucking thing. This is 97. The name of my school was Mayo High School for Math, Science, and Technology. That's Chad, Jeremy, Dale, and that's me right there. Okay, the freshman class. I don't know how many kids you had in your high school. That's it. That's it, bro. That's me right there. Travis Prince. You want to see, this is the high school. This is you, the freshmen. This is it. That's our freshman class. Sophomores, that's the sophomore class. Juniors, these are the seniors. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 seniors. That was the senior class. 16 people. Bro, my school was so fucking exclusive. Yo, my high school was so fucking exclusive, bro. This was basically college. And we only did STEM stuff from day one. So do I know my reading proficiency? No. Mostly 90% of these people are doctors, lawyers, engineers, FBI agents, CIA agents, business owners, military personnel. Like anybody who went to the school went on to do whatever the fuck they want to do in life. Period. I know some of the smartest people ever, personally. I know most motherfuckers could not have gotten into this school. Period. Point blank. Motherfuckers was not getting into that school like that, bro. Nobody could hardly get into that fucking school. And then while I'm in that school with all those other smart motherfuckers, I still show excellence. I was still one of the fucking brightest students out of everybody, nigga. Out of everybody. Ain't nothing but the smartest fucking nerds. The smartest nerds that you can imagine got into that school. And I'm still in that bitch, outshining half of these niggas in there. Still smarter than all y'all niggas. Period. Bro, period. Most motherfuckers go to some big ass public school with 27 kids in a fucking class and all that shit. No, nigga. My every class I went to had like 7 students, 8 students. I think my biggest class, my English class, had like 11 kids in it. That was the biggest class, was my English class, 11 kids. Not gonna lie, bro. Like I'm a fucking nerd. So I don't know about that. What's my reading level question? I don't understand that one really. Because like I say, my reading proficiency is probably higher than most people who have a doctorate or a PhD. I probably read better on a higher level and more. I probably read more than most people with a doctorate or a PhD. Only thing I did was drop out. I was getting too much money in the streets, bro. Me and my cousin was selling dope, hella dope back in the day. I was like, why the fuck I need school? I'm smarter than most of my fucking teachers. And I got bread. I was like, I'm good. I don't need school, man. Left school in the 11th grade. I left school in the 11th grade. And I say, when I did go back to get my GED, you want to sign up for GED classes? I'm not about to take no fucking classes. For how long? Well, we offer classes 3 weeks before you take your tests, and you can come I'm not doing that. Just sign me up for the fucking test, yo. Okay. Well, the test is 3 parts, and you can take each part one day. No. I want to get this shit done and over with. I'm not about to sit here and go through 3 weeks of fucking classes, and I'm not about to take the test on 3 separate days. Sign me up for the fucking test. I don't need your goddamn classes, and I'm taking the test all in one day. I don't need to keep coming back for this shit. I need to take the test and just get this shit over with. Oh well, if you're sure you want to do it like that. Took the test in a fucking hour and 20. I was the first person done in that bitch. Because there's only a few people who opted to take the whole thing in one day. I finished that shit like an hour and something before everybody else. When I come back to get my fucking test scores, they're like, Mr. Prince, you scored the highest in the past 5 years. All right, whatever. Give me my fucking GED so I get the fuck up out of here, bro. I don't need to hear this shit. Yeah, like this. It's basically high school shit. They get like, it's a standardized test. Had magnet programs. I'm telling you, bro, that magnet program really helped me shine. "96 kids. When I was in high school, our entire school was 96 kids. And that's from 3 counties. That was Darlington County, Florence County, and I forgot what other county is right in between that. Wherever goddamn, what county is that? It was Florence, Darlington, and one other county. So there was 3 counties, and they still only chose like 96 kids from 3 different counties to go to that fucking school, yo. Like I said, you had to be the best of the best of the best. Like you had to pass two standardized tests to get into that. Like, so there are requirements for getting into that school. There was 2 tests you had to take. You had to ace both of them. Then you had to have maintained at least a B average in middle school for the entire year, and you had to have 2 letters of recommendation from 2 teachers. Well, a letter of recommendation from 2 different teachers. So you had to have 2 teachers that kind of believed you could do it. You had to show them through your those 2 tests you had to take, and then your average annual grade GPA had to be at least a B to even qualify to get into that shit, yo. Just to qualify. And then once you qualify, it was like a lottery drawing after that. So I was super lucky just to get picked for that first time around, because my 9th grade year in high school was the first year that school opened up. It used to be the old high school. They closed it down and they built a new building for the high school. And so the old high school just sat there for fucking, I think like 16 years or some shit like that. And just sitting there, nobody needed the building. And then they're like, oh, well, we'll turn the old high school into a STEM school. And the state put like an ass of money into that shit, yo. That shit was like, once again, that shit was like college. We had all the fucking top newest technology at the time. Like we were very well funded. And like I say, even after qualifying for it, it was still like a lottery drawing. And like I say now, like most people I know, yo, who went to that school, like everybody, like, I don't know, man. Psychologists. I know 2 psychologists, fucking one of my friends, she's like CEO of, I'm not CEO, but vice president of some kind of like insurance firm and goddamn Singapore. I'm like, what the fuck? How the hell y'all be pulling out these fucking careers like that? And I'm just over here painting. I know one of my buddies, this motherfucking CIA, yo. You know what? I should ask him about the deep state. Hey, bro, you been with the CIA for a long time, man. You gotta tell me some shit, bro. You know, 2 doctors, judges, lawyers. Like the one homie Monty, this motherfucker started his own law firm. I know a bunch of smart people. And one of my best buddy Brandon, I met his ass in high school. Me and Broski been kicking it tough ever since. That's one of the smartest motherfuckers I know too, yo. I swear, that motherfucker's smart. But he I think he went to Clemson. I think he did like a couple semesters at Clemson, but he didn't finish college. I think him and I, out of our graduating class, like me and him are the only 2 people who didn't graduate from college. Well, I'm the least out of the bunch because I ain't even graduated from high school. But everybody else I know went to college, got hella fucking degrees and shit. And then like I said, he went to college, but he ain't never really finished that shit. But at the same time, like, this nigga run his own business now. And he ain't never had a job. Like I said, that's my one homie. I only known this nigga to have 2 jobs his whole life. And he ain't really worked them shits that long. You know, he just always worked for himself, hustle for himself. Like he just make businesses. And that's what he does. He got his own business now. You know what I'm saying? This nigga ain't got no degrees or nothing like that. That motherfucker just smart and just grind hard. You probably have to play it. Hey, they definitely something to that shit, bro. Come on, man. You been CIA like, I don't know, at least 20 years, because he did military for a while, and then he was like I think he was like a civil engineer or something for a little while. And then this motherfucker, he just like he got a position at the CIA in one of the DC offices. I'm like, word? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, wait a minute, you work for the CIA? What? I ain't never really asked him no shit. I should have asked his ass about this Epstein shit, bro. Just tell me what you can, man. You in your own opinion, do you think there was ever like a log or tracking or little black book with fucking clients in that shit? Come on, man. You can let me know. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. I promise. My aunt was NSA for a long time, and she said the same. I can't talk about my job, even at Boeing. Like she's been at Boeing now for a long time, and she can't talk about Boeing. She do not talk about what they be doing at work. A human dictator, or is it the lizard people? Come on now. You can't count out the shape shifting lizard people, man. You know, from the goddamn Andromeda constellation. You know what I mean? Don't count the lizard people out, bro. Oh, a movie director. The world is a stage. The world is a stage. And we're all just little actors, little peons. But see, only certain people know that it's a play. So this is like, have you ever seen Sacha Baron Cohen? Any of his movies, like the Borat movies? Okay, so Sasha is playing a character named Borat. And he has some actors with him who know this is Sasha playing Borat. But then they have a script and they have other actors, but then they get unsuspecting players and actors along with them, not knowing that this thing is fake. And then it's very funny, especially when you see the people who don't know what's going on actually try to figure out, like, why is this shit so weird? And so it's just like that. There is definitely a director and everything is a stage. And like some of us kind of know that it's set up. But then you just see a lot of people like walking around like I don't know why this is happening. And those are the unsuspecting actors. We're making you play a part. You don't even know you're playing a fucking part. Let's make America great again. It's a fucking game, people. It's a fucking game. His man Keeney. Yo, Sasha is hilarious, yo. The Ali G show, oh my fucking god, yo. That shit used to have me. I had the Ali G show on DVD. I'm talking about fucking side-splitting tears coming out my eyes. I used to laugh so hard at that fucking show. I'm like, bro, this nigga is. How does he get away with this? And you don't. How do people not know this is fucking set up, yo? So funny. The Ali G show was hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, we're an hour and a half in, and I gotta take a bathroom break. Okay.
Multiple things about this story that have been popping up. So let's start with this tweet here from Glenn Greenwald. He said, if the Epstein files are a hoax fabricated by Hillary and Comey, which that is what Trump is now saying, that it's a Democratic Party invention, it's Russiagate 2.0, blah, 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 or whatever. That they just invented this out of whole cloth, and there's nothing incriminating there. So Glenn really continues, shouldn't profuse apologies be forthcoming from those who accuse Biden officials of protecting pedophiles and accuse Bill Gates of being on the client list? And he has a couple of tweets down here that he includes. This one from JD Vance. What possible interest would the U.S. government have in keeping Epstein's client secret? Oh, and he was retweeting Jack Sovic. And this is from 2021. In this one, Kash Patel said Bill Gates was, quote, lobbying Congress night and day to prevent the disclosure of that Epstein list. Why? And so there was a lot of conversation, especially on the right, about Democrat. They love to do that, right? They'll ignore their own party's connections to anything vile, but anytime that the other party, then suddenly they care tremendously about it. And again, both sides do it. I don't belong to either crew. I'm anti-electoral politics. I don't give a shit about your cults. So this isn't me like bashing the right or whatever. The left does it too, but it's fascinating to watch.
Kraken, there are a lot of things that we do for our clients, a lot of things that we have in place that safeguard those funds. One is the long, complex passwords that you can choose. You also have the ability to approve.
So passionate they really were, not just the base, but people in positions around Trump, advisors of Trump, JD Vance, on numerous occasions spoke about it. And so that's what I think is the most telling, is that they really think that their base is either that stupid or that loyal that they can turn on the drop of a dime. It was just like overnight, suddenly there's no list and he didn't, and he killed himself. Like whiplash, genuine whiplash from that reversal. Glenn then continued in the tweet thread. Also, if Hillary, Obama, Jim Comey, Brennan, and Biden somehow fabricated and forged a bunch of Epstein files, as Trump alleges, those would be major felonies. Why isn't the Trump DOJ prosecuting those who concocted these documents? Instead, Trump is demanding everyone move on. That's the crazy part. Move on? What universe do you just move on from abundance of evidence that Jeffrey Epstein was running a human trafficking ring, a child sex trafficking ring, allegedly, don't come for me, and that his clients were people in incredible positions of power, talking royalty, presidents potentially, senators, other world leaders, serious positions of power and authority, involved and implicated in a child sex trafficking ring, potentially. And Trump is just, and after Trump talking about it for years, not running on it necessarily, but certainly talking about it and discussing it very animated way. Again, JD Vance, let's pull up, we read this one earlier. What possible interest would the U.S. government have in keeping Epstein's client secret? And then my favorite one, as somebody who's a big fan of journalists, real journalists, propagandists that journalists are. But he said, if you're a journalist and you're not asking questions about this case, you should be ashamed of yourself. What purpose do you even serve? I'm sure there's a middle-class teenager somewhere who could use some harassing right now, but maybe try to do your job once in a while. And people will say, well, this is from 2021. Things changed. More information came out. No. Information has come out that has alleviated suspicions about what Jeffrey Epstein was up to and who he was up to it with. That nothing. I don't care if you release some doctored video of the outside of Jeffrey Epstein's cell and you claim that that should be enough and he killed himself and just get over it. Like, it's crazy to me that Trump thinks that his base is just going to walk away from this issue. Zero questions asked. Here's another one. This is also from 2021 from J.D. Vance, Vice President J.D. Vance. Remember when we learned that our wealthiest and most powerful people were connected to a guy who ran a literal child sex trafficking ring, and then that guy died mysteriously in a jail, and now we just don't talk about it? Well, we were talking about it, and then Trump is telling everybody to forget about it and acting exasperated that anybody would even ask a question. You were talking about journalists and how if you're not asking about this, you should be ashamed of yourself. And then a journalist asks Trump about the Epstein stuff, and they get publicly shamed and trashed and called stupid and all of the other things.
Because Disney was a Jew, right? You can't talk shit about the Jews, man. Period, bro. Can't talk shit about the Jews, man. No. It makes America gay again. Ew.
What universe are we in? It is wild to me that this is a thing that they're trying to pull. And the base is freaking the fuck out. They are losing their entire minds, which I don't blame them. I think I forgot to get a video. There was a video, I might be able to find it. There was a video of people calling in to like Glenn Beck's show. Literally near tears over this, talking about how they supported Trump, they believed in Trump, and they can't believe that now he's gaslighting us, he's calling us stupid, telling us to forget this, whatever. And that seems to be a pretty common response that people are having. And this is another example of that. Trump supporters burn MAGA hats after he dismisses Epstein files as a hoax. Mike Pence spoke out, which take that as whatever that is. I don't really know that that's neither here nor there. And I'm loath to use an article from The Guardian, but here we are using an article from The Guardian. I have major beef with The Guardian over their conduct regarding Julian Assange and the way they threw him under the bus. But here we are. This is an article from The Guardian. Donald Trump's efforts to dismiss the criticism over his administration's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files as a quote-unquote hoax showed no sign of working on Thursday as more prominent figures from across the political spectrum emerged to attack the U.S. president and some of his supporters who recorded videos burning their signature Make America Great Again hats. So actually I have some video.
I never understand that shit right there. You already bought the damn thing.
So these are just
like when Kaepernick, the whole Kaepernick thing, not standing for the national anthem or whatever, and people start burning like their Nike stuff. Like, man, you already paid for that shit. Why you gonna burn that shit? I'm about to go burn my MAGA hat. Why? Don't burn that shit now, nigga. Don't burn that shit now, dog. Hey, how much you pay for that hat? $30, $25? Hey, keep your damn hat. You're gonna be raining, you're gonna wish you had that hat, man. Or the sun gonna be out and you're gonna wish you had that goddamn hat. You know, pay now you're gonna go with the Kaepernick shit. Motherfuckers out there burning their Nike jerseys and shoes and shit. Nigga, them shoes, you paid $115 for them shoes. I'll be goddamn if I'm burning them bitches. I ain't about to burn shit. Nigga. You shouldn't support people so fucking hard. You know what I'm saying? You got goddamn MAGA hats and flags. You got goddamn bumper stickers. Now you gotta go. Now motherfucker want to rip their bumper stickers off and shit. That's hilarious. I find that's a funny part for me. Yeah, that's the true supporters. I'm gonna go buy some merch. Nah, I ain't that person right there. I'm not about to buy no merch. I can't do that. I'm not about to buy no damn MAGA hat. And I ain't about to put no Trump Vance goddamn bumper sticker on my car either. No sir. Now the goddamn yard signs. Trump 2024. No, we good. I ain't about to do all that shit. And now look at you. You done spent your hard-earned money on merch and memorabilia. Now you want to go burn that. Now you want to go burn that shit up. Oh man, I find it comical. Don't burn your shit now. Rock that shit, proud, motherfucker. Be proud about that shit.
I was running them streets, I was tugging that heat while I'm ducking police, always burning them trees. I was grinding so hard, cause my hustle runs deep, and I still made it out, cause my grandmother prayed and she prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. She prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. My life has a purpose, I know this for certain. Don't care how you worship, don't judge any person. My passion stay burning, I'm still on my journey. Keep moving my feet, cause my grandmother prayed and she prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. She prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. Ask God to save my soul, and please keep me whole. She asked God to save my soul, and please keep me whole. She prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. She prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. Trap house at the table. I was running them streets, I was tugging that heat while I'm ducking police, always burning them trees. I was grinding so hard, cause my hustle runs deep, and I still made it out, cause my grandmother prayed. she prays, and she prays, and she prays for me. She prays, and she prays, and she prays for me. My life has a purpose, I know this for certain. Don't care how you worship, don't judge any person. My passion stay burning, I'm still on my journey. Keep moving my feet, cause my grandmother prayed and she prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. She prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. Ask God to save my soul, and please keep me whole. She asked God to save my soul, and please keep me whole. She prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. She prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. So baby, that's what we want to say. If you love somebody, grab their body, hold it tight, swing your body left and right. But tonight we keep your head on the go deep like a fire on the ground and out of sight. Let me stay out like the sky. When I look into your face, I see the fire in your eyes, and it hits just hypnotized. Got me sweating when I slide. I forgot to send the sign, and then you step into my life. You're the one. You're the one. You're the one. It's there for me. You're the one. You're the one. You're the one. It's there for me. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. If you love somebody, grab their body, hold it tight, swing your body left to right. Tonight we keep it high, my love go deep like a pipe on the ground and out of sight. But we stay high like the sky. When I look into your face, I see the fire in your eyes, and your hips just hypnotized. Got me sweating when I slide, as I got this in the sign, and then you stepped into my life. Get it, 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 got it. Get it, 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 got it. Get it, 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 got it. La di da, la di da, la di da, di da, di da, la di da, la di da, la di da, di da, di da. If you Trap House Entertainment.
Whenever y'all hear that Trap House Entertainment, you already know it's about to be a hot one.
I rise and grind. I stand on business. I put that on my dick. I'm a grown ass man. I ain't never been a bitch. Stay 10 toes down. I ain't never been a snitch. I done seen some hard times. Niggas gotta make a wish. Cause the hoes got a itch. Then the things gotta twitch. Jack boys looking at the watch on your wrist, and they might find you cause you flashing a bit. It might get you to it, you lack common sense. I've been up and down these streets, and you know why. Barely sleep, grinding hard to make it sleep. Never catch me on my feet. I've been up and down these streets, and you know why. Barely sleep, grinding hard to make it sleep. Never catch me on my feet. While you slept out, did my two-step making moves and catching 2 checks, asking who's next, who can do best, who can stay cool like Massachusetts, and Massachusetts with the Massachusetts, your ass is useless with mass confusion. You lose an illusion. Next time, pray for a better conclusion. I've been up and down these streets, and you know I barely sleep, grinding hard to make it sleep. Never catch me on my feet. I've been up and down these streets, and you know I barely sleep, grinding hard to make it sleep. Never catch me on my feet. I rise and grind, I rise and grind, I rise and grind, I rise and grind. I rise and grind, I rise and grind, I rise and grind. Through pain, we grow. Through change, but we know the game. So the hope remains. We go through pain, we grow. Through change, but we know the game. So the hope remains. We far from an infant, got scars we can mention, and my heart grew cold like it's been frosted. I don't see competition, I just move a little different, in a lab like a chemist. I just need a new premise, I don't need a new position. I just need for you to listen, cause I know that you hear me, but you don't pay attention. Hit it with a little blessing, hope they make some new connections. If you got some good reception, then you might just get the message. Hit it with a little blessing, make some new connections. If you got some good reception, then you might just get the message. Oh, here comes the
Don't let it slip past. Every day count. You only get one chance. Going through growing pains. Attitude gonna change. Next time you flip the page. Figure out a different way. Exercise and meditate. Evolution can't wait. Never dwell on your mistakes. We'll figure every day. Little blessing. Hope they make some new connections. And you got some good reception. And you might just get the message. Hit them with a little blessing. Hope they make some new connections. Hit them with some good reception. And you might just get the message. We go through pain. We grow through change. But we don't get so love all remain. We go through pain. We grow through change. We don't get so love. In the moonlight. Trap House Entertainment. We gon' get the hey. Do whatever you like. We gon' do it tonight. Dancing in the moonlight. We gon' get the moonlight. Do whatever you like. We gon' do it tonight. When the sun goes down, you and I gon' hit the town. Tell the DJ, keep it loud. Dancing, sweating to the sound. Stack your leg, boots on the ground. Do the Dougie, spin it round. Cabbage patch and walk it out. Blow and smoke and make it loud. Have a good night. Looking for a good time. Generating good vibes. Yeah, you know you good vibes. We gon' have a good night. Looking for a good time. Generating good vibes. Girl, you know you fine. Romancing, dirty dancing, clap your hands and keep it jamming. Music, universal language. Snap your fingers, keep it swinging. Beats keep banging, we keep singing. All the songs the band keeps playing. All my favorites, while I party with my lady. Dancing in the moonlight, we gon' get the moonlight. Do whatever you like, we gon' do it tonight. Dancing in the moonlight, we gon' get the moonlight. Do whatever you like, we gon' do it tonight. We gon' have a good night, looking for a good time, generating good vibes. Girl, you know you fine. We gon' have a good night, looking for a good time, generating good vibes. And girl, you know you fine. Never thought you'd play me, hit me with some disrespect. Soon as you crossed the line, had to put your ass in check. Next time, second guess before you curse a real nigga. Kick you to the curb, 'cause I ain't gotta deal with you. Bitch, you ain't my meal ticket. I can keep it real simple. Getting a discussion and fuck your assumptions. It's done and dusted. I've been disgusted in a discussion and fuck your assumptions. Use a backstabber, use a cloud.
fellas. Look at Drago trying to catch up, but you cannot cut the mustard. I don't give the games and I don't say no names, so you don't get no fame, but you know who is to blame. I don't play no games and I don't say no names, so you don't get no fame, but you know who is to blame. It's done and dusted. I've been disgusted in a discussion and fuck your assumptions. It's done and dusted. I've been disgusted in a discussion and fuck your assumptions. It's done and dusted. I've been disgusted in a discussion and fuck your assumptions. It's done and dusted. I've been disgusted in the discussion and fuck your assumptions. I don't give a damn what you think about me. It never was a friend. Fuck your assumption. 'Cause I don't give a damn. No, I don't even care. Trap House Entertainment.
I was running them streets, I was tugging that heat while I'm ducking police, always burning them trees. I was grinding so hard, 'cause my hustle runs deep, and I still made it out, 'cause my grandmother prayed and she prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. She prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. My life has a purpose, I know this for certain. Don't care how you worship, don't judge any person. My passion stay burning, I'm still on my journey. Keep moving my feet, 'cause my grandmother prayed and she prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. She prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me.
I'm ready to go download Death Stranding 2. About to download that shit today.
God to save my soul.
I'm gonna start downloading it before I go to the grocery store.
Keep me whole. She
Ask God to save my soul.
and please keep me whole. She prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me. She prayed, and she prayed, and she prayed for me.
Oh man, this is such a good album, yo.
Trap House Entertainment.
Hey, hit him, Trap. Bro, this nigga too smooth. Boy, you can't stop him. Hustle, baby. That boy too smooth, boy. time I go for mine. I was baking pies, I come slinging dimes, honey, on my mind, honey, on my lap, I love my strap. And these streets ain't loyal, and they don't owe you. Please don't make them show you. Keep it brief and keep it rolling. Keep it neat, keep trolling, got patrolling, hoes keep trolling, trying to block your lane and stop your motion. Show your hustle, move your muscle, never let these haters touch you. We can tango, we can tussle, but I'd rather get this money. Show your hustle, move your muscle, never let these haters touch you. We can tango, we can tussle, but I'd rather get this money. Gotta find your groove, all about your attitude. You ain't gotta prove nothing to these dudes. Just keep on the stars, stay from running chums for these niggas. Bugs work nice in the bugs and high. I've been on my grind. Why y'all wasting time? I go for mine. I was baking pies, came from slinging dimes. Money on my mind, honey, on my lap. I load my strap and watch my back. Now show your hustle, move your muscle, never let these haters touch you. We can tango, we can tussle, but I'd rather get this money. Show your hustle, move your muscle, never let these haters touch you. We can tango, we can tussle, but I'd rather get this money, baby. Hustle, baby, hustle, 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 baby, hustle, baby, hustle, baby, hustle, 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 baby, hustle, baby, hustle, 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 baby, hustle, baby, hustle, hustle, baby. All my life, I've been on my grind. Entertainment. Super fly, I am super fly, super, super, super fly. I am super fly. Cause I'm the man. Got denim from Japan. I got rivers on my head. I got leather on my back. Alligators on my feet. And I stay on my mat 7 days of the week. Pimp shit when I speak. All shit when I talk. I'm a king when I walk, but I'm always sliding. PYT, my co-pilot. Hit the ass with the lean, racking up the mileage. Make all the bitches scream and the bitch nigga silent. Super fly, I am super fly, super, super, super fly. I am super fly, super fly. I am super fly, super, super, super fly. I am super fly. All the girls, they must confess that when I dress, I look the best. I hit the stress and I impress. Why all you simps stay looking stressed? All the girls, they must confess that when I dress, I look the best. I hit the stress and I impress. Why all you simps stay looking stressed? I'm so cool and I'm black. Move smooth like I'm Chef. Dressing like I'm Dapper Dan. Your whole fit is looking trash. Hold my cash. I can't do the math. Make my paper stack until I'm tall and shag. Never catch me slacking. Silk and linen slacks. Never catch me lacking. You can't top my fashion. Way too flashy, nothing average. Leave your ego damaged. You can't top my fashion. You can't top my fashion. All the girls, they must confess that when I dress, I look the best. I hit the strip and I impress. Why all you simps stay looking stressed? All the girls, they must confess that when I dress, I look the best. I hit the strip and I impress. Why all you simps stay looking stressed? Super guy, I am super guy, super, super, super guy. I am super guy, super guy. I am super guy, super. super fly. I gotta go fix me something to eat real quick. I'm hungry.
Sometimes it can hurt in the worst way. Take heed to what you go through. Life's lesson made to show you. You won't always come in first place. Sometimes it can hurt in the worst way. Take heed to what you go through. Life's lesson made to show you. Everybody goes through setbacks. Please don't stress that. Take a step back. Reevaluate and reset. Try to strengthen where you're weak at. Put in work and do it harder. Switch it up and come back stronger. Prove that you a different breed. Be the dog and show your hunger. If I don't win, I don't lose. I learn my lesson. If I don't win, I don't lose. I learn my lesson. And I still get respect for the rules. They gon' hate disrespect. Try to play you to the left. Just hold your head and do your best. Push you watch your step. If you stumble, get back up. Lessons learned can feel so rough. Sometimes this shit seems hard as fuck. It's like you make you strong and tough. If I don't win, I don't lose. I learn my lesson. And I still get respect for the rules. If I don't win, I don't lose. I learn my lesson. And I still get respect for the rules. Take heed to what you go through. Life's lessons made to show you. Always come in first place. Sometimes it can hurt in the worst way. Take heed to what you go through. Life's lessons made to show you. Trap house in a team. Girl, you're everything I want, and you're everything I need. You fulfill my fantasy, like you stepped out of my dreams. Plus, you keep my mind at ease, and you fill my soul with peace. I was wildin' in these streets, but you helped me tame the beast. 'Cause your love is so unique, gives me comfort when I sleep, knowing that I'm not alone. 'Cause I got you here with me. You're the reason why I go so hard. You're the reason why. Oh, oh, oh. You're the reason why I go so hard. You're the reason why. You're the reason why.
Man, that's a good album.
How do you think this out? How do they fit this out?
No, you can't pick the food. Shot glass. That's the only food. That's the only food, y'all? We gave, I checked again. They got more. They got more drugs. What they got? These dogs over here keep harassing us. Oh man, this is too funny.
My man's looking madder than a pissed on chicken, and holy shit, the whole fucking setup just collapsed. Damn. My man's looking madder than a pissed on chicken, and holy shit, the whole fucking 1.5 billion.
Well, now that's just insane.
These fucking vultures are trying to pluck my eyes out.
Have you talked to Rudy yet?
Rudy was the one who told me.
That's the price. I mean, what do you want me to say? It's 1.5. It's just what it is.
This is just, when big things move, all parties have to be mutually, well, it goes without saying, somebody is incredibly miffed you made that
Miffed?
deal.
My guys told me 150 million tops. If I can't get that shit out of those walls for less than 1.5 billion, I'm fakakta. You understand? I never should have listened to you.
I never told you to buy 2 towers of Babel filled with asbestos. Nothing in New York real estate is that easy. You weren't buying a fucking deli.
I don't have 1.5. I need that shit out of the walls, or I need those buildings
Which I
gone.
told you was never going to happen. The demolition will probably cost more than it did to build the fucking thing.
See? Fakakta. At this point, it costs less to get someone to fly fucking planes into the building and collect the insurance.
For that, you need terrorism insurance.
I'll call you back. Deborah.
I'm right here, sir.
Oh, I need you to find out what kind of terrorism insurance we've got on those piece of shit towers.
Mr. Vice President, I've got an interesting idea I'd like to propose to you.
Did somebody order a false flag operation?
Get him whatever he wants. I just want him to feel like he's part of the team. Just pull it already.
And then when France doesn't join, we're going to call them freedom fries.
So I found this fucking passport over there. It's kind of burnt up, but not too bad considering it came from a fucking plane crash. Am I right? And not for nothing, but I already checked it, and it's a fucking Saudi Arabian guy. It's definitely probably one of the terrorists, you know, because, well, I mean, fucking come on here.
Even enemies need to agree sometimes.
And if you call it the global war on terrorism, I mean terrorism can be anything. So now you can fight everywhere. It's going to be great. So that's the plan so far. Be honest. What do you guys think?
I'll tell you, Dick, Daddy's gonna think this is just so cool, you know? It's like getting the band back together.
1.5 billion.
Well, now that's just insane.
These fucking vultures are trying to pluck my eyes out.
Have you talked to Rudy yet?
Rudy was the one who told me.
I need more of that shit.
Have you talked to Rudy yet?
Rudy was the one who told me.
That's the price. I mean, what do you want me to say? It's 1.5. It's just what it is.
This is just, when big things move, all parties have to be mutually, well, it goes without saying.
Oh, hi there. I'm O, your AI assistant.
Morning. What does my day look like?
These are just a couple of them. There's one.
This is all going in the trash. I do not support Trump anymore. He's a liar. He's a part of the deep state. I do not support Israel. I will not be supporting him anymore. He's part of the deep state. He's committing genocide as we speak of Israel. And we all need to start waking up.
You have it. MAGA's mad. They have every right to be. I just think it's interesting to watch the way that they are reacting to the whole thing. Again, I kind of alluded to it earlier. I think it's kind of refreshing because at least they're willing to be critical of Trump. I think, in my opinion, liberals are the worst to deal with. They do not want to ever admit anything their party does is wrong. Remember the tan suit? Like Obama blew up funerals, and they like to pretend that a tan suit is his only controversy. I mean, Standing Rock or Flint, or I mean, we could name a ton of actual scandals, but they only want to ever talk about a tan suit. And MAGA is actually being vocally critical of Trump on various different fronts, as you saw the one guy, Israel, which I think we're starting to see even more of that for various reasons. But the Ukraine situation, there's just so much that people were promised, and they're recognizing that they were never going to get that. And that's, I think, hard for people to swallow, but they are at least attempting to make those connections, which is good. It's just, really hope that I really hope that these people that we see kind of having these epiphanies don't get suckered in the next election cycle. They're going to get suckered in. People always get suckered into the election. So if you don't know, I am incredibly anti-electoral politics. I think it is a ginormous waste of time, energy, effort, money, resources, all of the things. You cannot vote your way out of this. It's just not possible. Our elections are garbage. They always have been. We can't even audit the machines, the proprietary software. Like, it's a mess. We have vote by mail. It is a mess. And our elections consistently rank amongst the worst for Western democracies. It's a joke. We're a joke. Our elections are a joke. And even if you could vote, it doesn't matter because the options that you're presented with are two hand-selected people who will serve the agenda. So the choice never exists. There's never a choice. And don't come to me with your third-party stuff either. I'm not interested. The entire
I really think, like I said, I really do think this election cycle was an honest election. I really think that Trump was able to get real voters to come out, like people who really believe in his system, who really believed in him. And that's why he's an anomaly. Because for everything that we know, the system tried so hard to not let this motherfucker be the president. They tried to get him locked the fuck up, yo. They tried to get this man locked the fuck up, bro. They did not want him back in there. And then a lot of people even said like the assassination attempt was fake and he was doing that just to get sympathy and votes. And I was like, really? Like, I think his movement was really just that fucking popular. So, I mean, is he hand selected? Maybe, but at the same time, like, he is what the people wanted this time around. Like, he is really what the motherfucking people wanted. The next time around, though, it will be 2 hand-picked political puppets. 2 hand-picked political puppets. I say this is. I'm definitely not voting again. Definitely not
Parole
voting
system
again.
is completely corrupted, front to back, top to bottom. It doesn't matter. We cannot vote everybody else. So people will get, oh, well, then talk about solutions. Again, we do all the time. And solutions are things like opting out and building. You have to try to build outside of the current systems. And that's, it's going to get way worse, I think. Again, I'm sorry for being doom and gloom and for being black-pilled or whatever. I'm just trying to be realistic. We are an empire in decline. I think it is apparent. I think we're well past the point of no return. Controlled demolition or otherwise, it doesn't matter. The end result is the same and it's going to suck. So we need to stop like this ridiculous stuff that divides people. It's so silly. We're going to need each other. We need to stop letting them divide us on this stuff. Because it's really going to get worse as we're talking about situation and the surveillance state and the police state and the facial recognition and the AI and all of the stuff that's coming. It's a lot to overcome.
I remember when I tried to show one of my uncles that police state documentary, and he's ex-military. He was like, there is no police state. I'm like, but yeah, there is. He's like, there is. We don't live in a police state. I'm like, but we do. And then it took him 10 years, but 10 years later, he was like, I can see it now, Travis. What you and your buddy were trying to tell me. And I'm like, yeah. Been trying to tell you this, yo. And it's only getting worse. Like, that's why I'm a little, I don't know, I guess burnt out from preaching and trying to spread the word. I don't see how Alex Jones and William Cooper and everybody else has so much energy. That shit is draining. Trying to get people to say, man, just trying to get people to think for themselves. Like, just really think about this, man, critically. And do you think we're going in a good direction as a nation? I think we've been on a downward spiral for like most of my life. Like the shit just keeps getting worse and worse. For most of my life, this shit has been down fucking hill, bro. Downhill fast too. It's a never-ending story. I'm telling you, man, since the days of recorded history. There's always going to be a siege for power. That's how kingships are even created. We went from the kingships to the politicians, and it's still the same thing. Still the same thing. And once you know what it is, that's all you can do now, bro. Eat gruel and fight the fucking machines, man. All right, lay down and give up. This is the only existence you have, man. Eat shit and fight.
Really a lot to overcome. So also our friend Max Blumenthal, he went to talk to some members of the Republican Party about their thoughts on how Trump was handling it. I think the responses are pretty telling, but pretty expected.
Why did the Republicans block Representative Khanna's resolution to have a vote on releasing the Epstein files? And what are your thoughts on that?
No, this one's for you. Yeah, I'm going to refer you to leadership on it. I mean, why? That's a great.
Wait, we gotta pause it there for a second, because that's AOC. Do you guys remember that? Max? It was Max's video too. That was AOC's. Oh, what was it about? Venezuela, I think. He cornered her and asked her about her position on Venezuela and the attempted coup on Venezuela. And she literally said those exact words, "I defer you to leadership." That just triggered me. Yes, that is exactly what AOC said. And it's funny because it was a Max video as well. Shout out to
Great
Max.
question for the speaker's team.
How would you have voted?
It's, again, a great question for the speaker's team.
To release the Epstein files, would you have voted yes?
People want to know that we can trust what's happening. And I trust what President Trump is doing. I trust the direction that Mike Johnson is going.
What do you think about that resolution, and how would you have voted?
We'll do an official statement from the office on Epstein files. Thank you.
What did you say? Sorry.
Our contact info for an official statement. Thank you.
On the Epstein file, you don't want to talk about the Epstein
We'll do an
file?
official statement from the office. You want to start?
Yeah, sure. Okay, well, what do you think of Pam Bondi declaring that after she said there were files on her desk that they're not going to?
What I'm here to talk about today is small business committee and the economy and how Main Street America is growing and getting bigger every single day. That's what I'm focused on today.
Or just one quick question. Do you trust the president's judgment on Jeffrey Epstein?
I have confidence in the president, confidence in his team. Always have.
Trust the president. He's been truthful in the past. He's very transparent. So let's wait and see.
I trust President Trump to work with his team to disclose as much information as he possibly can without jeopardizing our national security or, harming kids or smearing people who are innocent. I think those are the confines. Otherwise, let's release as much as we can. I trust him to do it. I think a lot of people in New York knew this guy, and I think he was a bad guy. And I'm glad he's not like walking the earth terrorizing young people anymore.
CNN has obtained new information and text messages that appear to back up the sexual assault claims made last week by male Republican strategists against a powerful and influential conservative. Matt Schlapp has denied the accusation. The strategist says that in the weeks before the election, Schlapp groped and fondled his groin during a car ride back from two area bars in Atlanta.
And like I said, I trust the president to work with his team to disclose everything. And it's not just this, it's a whole realm of things. There's a lot of us who've been victimized by the weaponized bureaucracy. A lot of my friends have been.
I shouldn't laugh. I can't help it though. Gallows humor gets me back. Yeah, so not surprising answers from the Republican Party. It's very rare that they ever actually, either party takes a stand against whoever it is. But there are some very few members of Congress, Ro Khanna, who I'm not a huge fan of, but okay. But Thomas Massie and others are trying to put some pressure on Trump, which I don't really necessarily think that it's working, but I think it's interesting to see that there are a significant amount of people who are genuinely upset by this and should be. Again, this is
no more fancy steaks and walks on the beach. That's why the one Cypher wanted to go back. He's like, man, just put me back in, man. Just put me the fuck back in. I know it ain't real, but god damn it, I'd rather have that than this. And make me somebody important too, an actor or somebody. Don't give me no bullshit ass life and wipe my memory. I don't want to know. I don't want to remember none of this shit. I don't even want to remember what the real world fucking looks like. put me back in there, put me back to sleep, and just make me forget all of this. And I'm just some wealthy ass actor eating steaks at motherfucking Ruth Chris. I hate it here. So I said, I'll rat all you motherfuckers out. Man, I'm tired of this shit. I'm going back. Yeah, broski. You gonna do all this like that? All you bitches. That's crazy, son. That nigga was a hater. Man, it was a hater, boy. Oh, cause you know that's a real person, bro. You know a motherfucker would definitely do that shit too. So hey, a motherfucker would definitely do that. Like I'm done. I'm done. Just put me back in. That was that was a good portrayal. He played it out well. Well, y'all think this nigga the one? Y'all really think he the one? Man, that's my meal ticket back to the Matrix. Look, I got the one. I give you his location and everything. All you gotta do is send me back.
Child sex trafficking ring, allegedly. And why that's a controversial thing, that we should absolutely be doing everything that we can to expose anybody who is in any way with, related to, involved in any of that stuff in a child sex trafficking ring, especially if those are people in positions of power. We all know why we're not going to give that information. We all know why it's what it's being used for, but I just think it's crazy that they can just out loud in your face call you stupid for caring about that and still expect you to support them. I think that's pretty wild. But I do think that hold on. I think that it is watching this is going to be, especially watching how it impacts the election cycle in 2028. That's going to be very interesting. And I think somebody I saw tweeted it out that JD Vance needs to start distancing himself at least from the issue. I don't think he can at this point. I think he's well into it, especially now that he's out there defending Trump and telling people that they need to move on and all of that stuff. I think he's definitely, I don't know that he can weasel his way out of it at this point. So there's also this aspect of it. So Trump orders officials to release Epstein court documents after mounting pressure. So I think that this is just damage control. I doubt we ever actually see anything from this. I think that this is just a maintaining of the outrage currently. He's hoping if he flicks the crumbs of crumbs in your general direction, you'll pipe down. But he says, it says, President Donald Trump says he has ordered the Justice Department to produce additional documents related to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Well, based on the ridiculous amount of publicity given to Jeffrey Epstein.
I'm the developer of the game, The Tower. I wanted to make a tower defense game with a nearly infinite number of upgrades.
Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony subject to court approval. It's unclear if Trump is authorizing the public release of these documents. Such action would typically require court approval. The U.S. president also said he would sue the Wall Street Journal over an article alleging that a quote-unquote body birthday greeting bearing Trump's name was sent to Epstein in 2003 before the late financier was charged with sex crimes. This is a crazy story. The letter, which the newspaper claims was sent on Epstein's 50th birthday, has been decried by Trump as quote-unquote fake. Of course, he would say that. Even if it's real, he would say that. In a post, Trump said that the newspaper and owner Rupert Murdoch, quote unquote, were warned directly that they would be sued if they printed the story, describing it as, quote, false, malicious, and defamatory, end quote. According to the Wall Street Journal, a letter bearing Trump's name, quote, contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. Inside the outline of the naked woman was a typewritten note styled as an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein, written in the third person. Such a weird story. The letter, according to the Wall Street Journal, allegedly ends with the words, quote, "A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." Well, Trump said, "These are not my words, not the way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures." I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it's anything. According to the newspaper, the letter was part of a compilation of birthday greetings that was put together by Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Trump's directive to release more documents comes after days of sustained pressure from some of Trump's most loyal supporters demanding further disclosures in the Epstein case. Attorney General Pam Bondi posted minutes after the president saying, quote, "We are ready to move the court tomorrow to unseal the grand jury transcripts." And quote, while campaigning last year, Trump promised to release files relating to the disgraced financier. However, Bondi last week announced that the U.S. Justice Department did not believe Epstein had a so-called client list, and he doesn't. Let's just pause there. There is no client list. Now, is there information pertaining to relationships that Jeffrey Epstein had, people that he, of course there is, but there's no client list, I don't think, per se. I think that was really just like the little shiny object that they were kind of kicking around. What I do think is interesting is that Pam Bondi went on national television and proclaimed that the client list was on her desk. Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's what I don't even understand.
You don't have the list. And
yeah, why would you
there
even
is
say
no
that?
list. I don't. She was probably set up for that, but there's not a list. I don't think there's ever been a list necessarily. Obviously, we have the well, whatever they were, the address books or the little black books or whatever. Never going to be any substantive investigation into this. None of these people are ever going to be held accountable, which is vile. But that, at least that's, I can't imagine, unless there's some miracle in which we wrestle power away from these people, I don't know how we ever get accountability for this stuff. And we know what happened. I don't care how much gaslighting they want to do. Trump needs to just shut up. I don't know that he knows how, but come on, y'all. This is not a make-believe thing that we've all just manufactured in our heads collectively. There's a significant amount of evidence supporting the existence of a child sex trafficking ring that implicates people in extreme levels of positions of power. That's a thing. And it didn't go away, probably. It's probably still going on right now. Actually, I'd be willing to bet that it is. Allegedly, don't come for me. But I mean, that kind of stuff doesn't stop just because they have to use this as a narrative. It's crazy, but and it's really disgusting that that's the world we live in. But that's the world we live in. That's what it is. It came after Bondi had touted she was set to announce major revelations about the case, including a lot of names. We didn't get any names, and a lot of flight logs. We didn't get any flight logs. A nod to those who traveled with the financier who visited his private islands, where many of his reported crimes were said to have occurred. Her reversal prompted furious response from scores of Trump's most ardent supporters who have called for Bondi to resign. She would just be a fall guy after failing to produce a list, which Trump officials had previously claimed have in their possession. Conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, who was critical of the administration's handling of the files in recent days, praised Trump's move. Quote, "This is massive. This is something that we've been talking about for quite some time, and really a power to the grassroots," he said. Kirk is definitely playing his role there. And then this is J.D. Vance's response to the story about the weird love letter. I don't know what that was. A birthday, I guess. I don't know what that was. But J.D. Vance says, "Forgive my language, but this story is complete and utter bullshit. The Wall Street Journal should be ashamed for publishing it. Where is this letter? Would you be shocked to learn they never showed it to us before publishing it? Does anyone honestly believe this sounds like that stuff?" Actually, yes. It may be fake, but I could 100% see Donald Trump writing something creepy like that. Yes, he is notably creepy and has been his entire existence. All of his public life, he's been kind of creepy, talking about dating his daughter, talking about sneaking backstage at beauty pageants to see girls undressed, and he's always been hanging out with Rudy Giuliani while Rudy Giuliani's in drag.
my career in music has definitely transformed for sure.
So what's Playlist? It's basically a website. You pay them and they send your song to people who have got Spotify playlists.
You upload your track, pick your genre, pay your fee, and then you're done.
You're probably an artist just looking to expand your audience and get your songs to playlist period. It's one of the fastest ways to grow these. Getting on one playlist alone can skyrocket your music to thousands of people. And I had a great experience with playlist push.
We actually struck gold when we went with
You have a personal connection with the people who are adding your song to their playlist.
Yeah, legit killing. Playlists that they put you on is beautiful.
Get on playlists that are actually going to drive listeners and streams of your music that actually has some degree of influence.
Super easy to use. Exactly what I've been looking for.
I'm a fan of Playlist Push.
It's a no-brainer.
So you want people to hear your music. My name's Alfie Neal, and I'm a singer, songwriter, and CD Baby artist from the...
I don't know, he's just, yes. Absolutely could see Donald Trump writing a letter of that nature. Did he? I don't know for sure. It certainly could be fake. That's definitely a possibility. It could be fake. This could be fake news. They could be using it to try to create a response. Absolutely. No question about it. Obviously, Donald Trump is pissed. He says the Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch personally were warned directly by President Donald J. Trump that the supposed letter they printed by President Trump to Epstein was a fake, and if they print it, they will be sued. Mr. Murdoch stated that he would take care of it, but obviously did not have the power to do so. The editor of the Wall Street Journal, Emma Tucker, was told directly by Caroline Leavitt and by President Trump that the letter was a fake, but Emma Tucker didn't want to hear it. Instead, they are going with a false, malicious, and defamatory story anyway. President Trump will be suing the Wall Street Journal, News Corp, and Mr. Murdoch shortly. I'm interested to see if he actually does. The press has to learn to be truthful and not rely on sources that probably don't even exist. And Trump has already beaten George Stephanopoulos, ABC, 60 Minutes, CBS, and others, and looks forward to suing and holding accountable the once great Wall Street Journal. It has truly turned out to be a disgusting and filthy rag. I like that he capitalized that. Cute. He's a weird typer. And writing defamatory lies like this shows their desperation to remain relevant. If there were any truth at all on the Epstein hoax as it pertains to President Trump, this information would have been revealed by Comey, Brennan, Crooked Hillary, and other radical left lunatics years ago. It certainly would not have sat in a file waiting for Trump to have won 3 elections. This is yet another example of fake news. So I've heard that argument a lot. If Trump was implicated in the Epstein files, the Democrats would have released it ages ago just to get him. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't, because they're all implicated. This is not a partisan issue. There are Democrats in those files and on those, not the client list, but were clients, and there are Republicans. They're both involved. This is not a Republican or a Democrat thing. And if Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton went after Donald Trump with the information, then they have to risk Bill Clinton being exposed, allegedly. Don't come for me. So yeah, I mean, it's the idea that the Democrats would have absolutely released it so that they could take down. They invented Donald Trump. It was Bill Clinton who encouraged Donald Trump to run for president. It was Hillary Clinton who used her minions in the media to present him as the Pied Piper candidate. Thank you, WikiLeaks. She hand-selected her own opponent. I mean, this is the idea, and again, it's a very frustrating thing, but the idea that there's 2 separate parties is just smoke and mirrors, y'all. It's not real life. They are owned and operated by the exact same people. They serve the same agenda. The only difference, and this is just my opinion, the only difference between the 2 parties is the demographics to which they pander to. That's it. On War and Wall Street, it's one party. All the other stuff is used to keep you guys fighting amongst yourself, or to keep us fighting amongst ourselves. That's all that is. So this is from Daniel Goldman. Trump and Bondi are trying to gaslight you into believing they're turning over the Epstein files. Don't believe them. Grand jury testimony won't include anything relating to any other people involved in the sex trafficking ring. We deserve the truth. Release all the files. We're never getting. We still don't have the JFK files, y'all. We still don't have that. We're not getting the Epstein files. We're not getting any information on Epstein. Ron Wyden tweeted out, big news for my investigators on Epstein's sex trafficking operation. The Trump administration has an Epstein file detailing 4,725 wire transfers and almost $1.1 billion flowing through just one of his banks, hundreds of millions more through others. FBI agents were told to flag any Epstein records that mention Trump, Senator Durbin says. So now there's this back and forth between the two parties over who's most guilty of terrible crimes against children. So from CNBC, FBI agents assigned to review files in the criminal case against Jeffrey Epstein were instructed to flag any documents that mention President Donald Trump, Senator Richard Durbin said. Durbin asked the Justice Department and FBI to explain what his office called apparent discrepancies regarding handling of the Epstein files and findings from a Justice Department memo. Trump has called on supporters to drop their pursuit of the release of the files, saying the controversy of their withholding by Attorney General Pam Bondi is a hoax. It's wild to say out loud, a hoax. Epstein case. Well, he was just arrested and thrown in jail for nothing. And Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for what exactly? This is just a wild switch up. I really do have whiplash from this insane change of position, seemingly overnight. It is kind of crazy. And I think MAGA's just really had it with the nonsense. And I think it would be if it weren't so, it's everything. Everything. It's all of Trump's stuff. I mean, ending the Ukraine war in 24 hours, didn't get that. There's been no accountability on COVID. You're not getting that. I mean, shoot, but this shouldn't be surprising. This is the lock her up guy. 2015, 2016, and then as soon as he was president, it's like, oh no, he did an Obama. We got to look forward. We can't look back. We got to look forward. I mean, this is the game they play, and just constantly people buy into it over and over. They don't care. None of them. None of them care about you. They don't serve you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay, do I have anything else on Trump here? Oh, I guess we could listen to, I don't even know if I want to subject you guys to that, Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi had thoughts on the Epstein files. It's very brief. We'll just play it.
Jeffrey Epstein or Alcatraz, it's all off the subject of what they're doing with this budget that is harmful to the kitchen table, meeting the kitchen table needs of the American people.
I want to make sure I understand what you mean when you say distraction. Do you think that Pam Bondi going to Alcatraz is meant potentially as a distraction from Epstein, which has not gone over well at all with the president's base?
No, I think they're both distractions. I think
they're both distractions. She's not wrong necessarily. Everything's a distraction, really. This is going to turn into a kind of a Russiagate situation where the two parties banter back and forth, or I mean, this is gonna be one of those the kind of tug of war thing, back and forth. They're gonna fight back and forth about this for the next little bit, keep everybody fired up and emotional and distracted about it, and we're never gonna get any actual information. Jeffrey Epstein. We might get some, again, like the grand jury stuff, which will show absolutely nothing. There will be absolutely nothing of significance in there. We might get that stuff, but we're not gonna. There's never going to be any account. There's no arrests. Maybe an arrest. I mean, that's just reality. I feel kind of bad for MAGA. I think we've all been at a point where we believed, right? Where like a lot of people believed in Bernie. A lot of people believed in Obama. They believed in Trump. And it turns out he's just like the rest of them. And they're struggling to come to terms with that. And really, a lot of Bernie supporters still haven't come to terms with that. A lot of Obama supporters still haven't come to terms with that. But I vacillate between wanting to mock them, and also like feeling bad for them because I get it. I think people are very desperate right now. They want to think that somebody's coming to save us, but nobody's coming to save us. They want to think that it's as simple as like going and voting and it'll fix it, and it's just not that simple. So I get it. Really, I mean, it's how many times do we have to go through this? How many times did your government get to lie to you? And so skepticism kicks in. Genuinely curious for some people. They just keep hamster wheel over and over. And in 2028, a lot of the people who are mad at Donald Trump and JD Vance are just going to vote for whoever Elon Musk runs. America Party. Going to get roped in by the next demagogue. It's an unfortunate cycle that we just can't seem to break out of. Not sure we ever will. But the Epstein stuff is not a hoax, guys. It's not a hoax. It's a real thing that happened. You should care about it. The fact that children are being victimized in that way, and the idea that that has now been turned into like a political football stuff. But it's not a hoax. You should care. Don't care as so much that you let it like eat away at you, because it's very dark stuff, and we're never going to see accountability. And we're just not. At least I can't ever see that happening unless some miracle happens where we manage to wrestle power away. But not going to arrest each other.
Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Toronto, Red Bank, New Jersey, Northampton, Massachusetts, Concord, New Hampshire, Oxnard, California, Rutherford, New Jersey, New York, Edmonton, Calgary, and Vancouver. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.
All right, guys, we're right at 3 hours. I may take a break here. I'm not even at a good stop. I wanted to get this whole hand done, but I need to hit the grocery store. And I have to go get a new carbon monoxide detector, so I got to go to Lowe's. Got to go to the grocery store and go to Lowe's and fold up some laundry. So I need to go ahead and get a head start on that now so I can have some game time. A little game time before I cook. I'm thinking I beat that game last night. I think it's still like another couple of cutscenes left, because I cut that shit off in the middle of a cutscene or a cinematic scene, and I'm almost thinking that may have been the last scene in the game, and I just didn't finish it. But I might, like I said, I'll probably just go ahead and buy the next part to that game and have it downloading while I'm out running errands. Grocery shopping, and what I say, I'll go to Lowe's. I need a shower rod too for my downstairs bathroom. I don't know, like I got one of the spring-loaded shower rods in the downstairs bathroom, and it seems like the spring just went in it, and it just keeps falling down. It won't like keep itself wedged tight in position. So no one ever uses the downstairs shower, but just in case somebody ever does need it, we need a shower curtain in there. So I might grab a new shower rod, a carbon monoxide detector, and I don't think I need anything else from the home store. I already started making a little list of groceries. I need some dryer sheets for laundry. I need some creamer for my coffee. Then regular stuff like fruits and veggies, breakfast stuff. I gotta figure out what kind of sides I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. think I'll hold on one more. At least want to get this index finger squared away. All right. All right. I'm gonna pull up right there. So you go run these errands and get some chores done, play some games, cook some food, and then if I do come back, it's only like this little section of her hand left. I can probably come back up in here long enough to get that done. Making some good progress here, man. This hand looks pretty good. Just been working on the skin tone today. Face and hands almost done. After we get the skin tone done, we'll drop back to the couch because it's basically the same color palette. I'm not going to be changing. Whoa. Yeah, from the skin tones to the leather couch, we won't change the color palette too much. Very, very similar color palette. So we could more than likely we'll start detailing the couch tomorrow after work. Work on that couch for a couple of days. Like I said, I probably want to do the wood grain on the table next. Skin tone, couch, wood grain on the table. And then we'll detail her clothes, and then we'll do the books last, as always. And then we'll run through it one more time where it needs some little extra details, and it'll be a wrap. So looking at maybe another couple weeks on this one before we get it done. Man, I feel like I can. Good. I feel like I'm sleepy. Hey guys, I appreciate everybody chilling in the studio with me this morning. Like I said, we'll be doing some more streaming later on, video games, and probably one more studio session up here where we can finish that hand up later. I just feel like I need to go ahead and it's already 10 o'clock. I need to go get on the move real quick and get some shit in order. And we did a good 3 hours, so like I said, there's not much left on that section, but we'll come back and get it later. I hope everyone's day is going well, and I hope it continues to go well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. We're out of here.